Have you ever felt like there are two versions of you? One that wants to do right, and another that keeps pulling you back. You promise yourself, I won't do this again. But somehow, you fall back into the same habits. That struggle, that battle, that tension inside you. That is the war between your spirit and your flesh. And today, you're going to learn how to win that war. The Bible speaks clearly about the flesh. In Galatians 5:17 it says, "For the flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit what is contrary to the flesh." The flesh is not just your body, it is your sinful nature, your natural tendency to do what feels good instead of what is right. The flesh says, follow your feelings, do what makes you happy, no one will know. But the Spirit says, walk in truth, choose discipline, honor God even when it's hard. And every single day, you must choose which voice you will follow. The greatest enemy you will ever face is not outside, it is within you. Even Paul struggled with this. In Romans 7:19 he said, "For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep on doing." That is real. That is honest. So, if you are struggling, you are not alone. But understand this, struggle is not failure. Giving up is. The flesh feels strong because it has been trained by habits. It wants instant gratification. It avoids discomfort. The flesh wants quick pleasure, easy choices, and no discipline. But anything easy rarely leads to purpose. The Spirit leads you toward growth, discipline, and transformation. It is not always comfortable, but it is always worth it. Now, how do you overcome the flesh? First, walk in the Spirit. Galatians 5:16 says, "Walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." You do not defeat the flesh by focusing on it. You defeat it by feeding your spirit. Pray daily, read the Word, stay connected to God. Second, starve the flesh. Whatever you feed grows. Whatever you starve weakens. If you keep feeding negative thoughts, temptation, and bad influences, the flesh will stay strong. Cut off what feeds your weakness. Third, renew your mind. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Your life changes when your thinking changes. Replace lies with truth. "I can't change" becomes "I am being transformed." "I'm weak" becomes "God strengthens me." Fourth, discipline yourself. Discipline is not punishment. It is power. Small daily decisions create big victories. Say no when it is hard. Stay consistent. Choose purpose over pleasure. You are not powerless. Through Christ, you have authority. Romans 8:1 says, "There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not own you. Your struggle does not end you. You can rise again. The battle is real, but so is your victory. Every day you must decide, will I follow my flesh or will I follow God? Do not quit. Do not give up. Do not let the flesh win. Because the moment you choose the Spirit, you step into a life of power, purpose, and freedom. You do not overcome the flesh in one day, but you overcome it daily. Stay strong. Stay faithful. Stay focused.
But what happens when you fail again? What happens when you pray and still fall? When you try and still struggle? This is where many people quit, not because they don't want to change, but because they feel tired of fighting. Listen carefully. Falling does not make you a failure. Staying down does. The enemy wants you to believe that one mistake erases your progress. But growth is not about perfection.
it is about persistence. In Proverbs 24:16 it says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." Did you catch that? They fall, but they rise. That is the difference. So when you fall, don't run away from God. Run back to Him, because guilt pushes you away, but grace pulls you closer. And the more you return to God, the stronger your spirit becomes. Over time, something begins to change. The things that once controlled you start losing their power. The temptations that once felt impossible to resist become easier to overcome. Not because you are strong on your own, but because you are being transformed. This is a process, a daily, intentional, sometimes painful process. But every time you choose discipline over desire, truth over feelings, God over flesh, you are winning. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if no one sees it, you are becoming a different person. And one day, you will look back and realize you are no longer who you used to be. The things that once had a hold on you no longer define you. That is freedom. Real freedom is not doing whatever you want. It is having control over yourself. It is choosing what is right, even when it is hard. So don't underestimate small victories. Saying no once matters. Praying when you don't feel like it matters. Choosing discipline in private matters. Because those small moments build a strong life. And remember this, you are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. The battle has already been won through Christ. Now it is your responsibility to walk in it. So stand up again, fight again, pray again, try again. Because every day you refuse to quit, you are overcoming the flesh. And that is where real strength is found. This is the moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the truth is, you already know what's been holding you back. You already know the habit, the weakness, the thing that keeps pulling you down. And today, you have a choice. Will you keep feeding it? Or will you finally let it go? This is where change begins. Not when it feels easy, but when you decide it is necessary. Because your purpose is too great to be controlled by your flesh. Your calling is too important to be traded for temporary pleasure. Your future is too valuable to be destroyed by repeated weakness. So rise, not because it's easy, but because you refuse to stay the same. Rise above the excuses. Rise above the feelings. Rise above the old version of yourself. This is your turning point. No more going back. No more cycles. No more surrendering to the same thing. Today, you fight differently. Today, you think differently. Today, you choose God over everything else. And even if your voice shakes, even if your strength feels small, even if your past tries to remind you of who you were, stand anyway. Pray anyway. Fight anyway. Because something powerful happens when you refuse to quit. You begin to break chains. You begin to rewrite your story. You begin to step into the person you were created to be. And one day, sooner than you think, you won't be fighting the same battles anymore. You won't be the same person anymore. You won't be bound anymore. You will be free. So don't stop here. Don't give up now. You've come too far to go back to who you used to be. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep choosing the Spirit every single